Representative Scott has been speaking at Tax Day protests since 2009, and her motto is smaller, smarter government. Please welcome Representative Scott.
Well, thank you all for coming today. I'm going to keep this brief. Right now, you might be wondering what's going on inside. They're caucusing in the House caucus room, the Republican caucus room and the Democrat caucus room, caucusing on the next batch of bills that we'll be voting on. We've already voted on one bill today, so the expenditures have already gone up according to those bills. That'll probably be signed and passed into law. So, yeah, smaller, smarter government is my motto, and that is why I end up voting no so often.
Yeah.
I'm in my third year here, just beginning my third year, and as a freshman, the first 2 years, I voted 290 times against the majority of my own party. So that again confirms that this is not at all about party, it is about freedom. That's right. Just a few minutes ago, the Freedom Agenda team were gathered together in the front of the in the front of the room for a photo. And a Democrat saw us all gathering there, and he said off to the side, "Wait a minute, I'm for freedom too." And I couldn't stand it, so I just blurted out, "Prove it."
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes proving it means you're one of only 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 or 12 no votes on a bill, often 7. Sometimes, if a bunch of us several of us stand up and give speeches, we can rally 20 or even 40 to our cause, but sometimes it feels like an uphill battle. So I appreciate you all taking time out of your busy schedules to come down here and encourage us and stand with us. It's important. So I'd like to, because my background is in education, I'd like to bring you briefly up to date on some of the education issues and where I think we could use the taxpayers' funding more appropriately. As you know, education is of paramount importance in our state constitution. So it is something that we need to pay attention to and need to make sure that all the kids in Washington State have a way to be well educated. Now, that being said, that doesn't necessarily mean that they all have to go to public school. It means that they should have options. And I'm all for as many options as possible. Public school, private school, secular private, Christian private, homeschool, whatever. I want to see as many choices as possible to the parents and students out there because every child is different, even from year to year. So that being said, right now we're spending over $13,000 per public school kid, K through 12, and that's for 1 year of education. Because I don't want to make this a really long speech, I'm just going to say how I think we could do better with that money that's being spent. Kitsap School District, North Kitsap, said they're spending $1 million on Common Core implementing just the language arts portion of the testing this year. Everett School District said, I believe it was over $2 million for their implementation of Common Core. And, you know, you multiply that by 295 school districts, you're talking about a heck of a lot of money on something that, frankly, the Democrats, all the PCOs, precinct committee officers, all the way up to the state level have said they put out a resolution against Common Core. The Republicans, all the way to the national level, all the way back in 2013, passed a resolution saying we are against Common Core. So I'm wondering who exactly is for Common Core other than the Microsofties who see data as king and children as meat. I'm sick of it. That money can be better spent, and all the micromanaging from DC and Olympia has got to stop. Yep. It's not helping our kids graduate better prepared for college or the workforce. It's harming our teachers. We're losing teachers. Every week in my office I hear of another teacher that said, you know what, I'm quitting. I can't take this anymore. Just today I heard of another teacher who switched from teaching to being a librarian. Now, yes, that's still education related, but she's not doing what her passion called her to do. She gave up. Because why? Because of Common Core. That is disgusting. And frankly, from my 2 years in China, I can tell you point blank that Mao and Hitler would have been thrilled to have our P20 database that now is going to be including early learning as well. That's being passed this year. So massive data collection on our very youngest children, and by that I mean from birth to age 5. P20 no longer means preschool to grade 20, it means prenatal. They're bragging about it in the Early Learning and Human Services Committee. And I'm bent out of shape today, so I'm going to quit there, but you keep up the fight, and I will too.
We don't want to stop when the passion finally gets there. That's when we keep going. When the hands are in the air. Right.